Hi Libra, welcome to my channel. So this is going to be a reading for the sign of Libra, a love reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and other strong placements. We are now in Virgo season. It's so interesting because it took me a while this morning to find the perfect timing spot. I'm sitting in my garden today. It is almost springtime in Africa. It's a beautiful day. So a change of scenery. So Libra, if you don't know what your placements are, there is a link in the description box where you can do a free birth chart analysis. I'm also doing personal readings again. So if this resonates with you, if my energy resonates with you, please feel free to reach out on any topic. And it is a timeless reading, so whenever you find this link or this reading comes across your feed, that is when the message is meant for you. And as I start, the air energy and the bird on top of Buddha, that is air energy, Libra, that is your energy. So let's start. Let's see what's going on in the love department for Libra. Okay. Please and thank you, Spirit. The 10 of Cups. Beautiful energy. Family energy. So Libra, I work with pulling the cards out in the reading. I'm just going to pull 6 cards. 4 of Cups. A missed opportunity or not willing to see something, Libra. This could be you or your person. I just want to get all the cards out, Libra, and then we'll see. 4 of Pentacles. Holding on to something. The Miser card. Judgment. Major Arcana. Card of Scorpio. So learning lessons in this process. The 9 of Pentacles, which is a card of being single, but also standing in your sovereignty, Libra. It's funny, a lot of the signs are getting that energy. 6 of Pentacles flipped over, but I'm not going to take it. Knight of Wands. So moving very quickly. I don't know if you saw those butterflies, Libra. There's so much spirit energy in this reading today. Moving very quickly. Knight of Wands. Fire energy. Card of Sagittarius. So let's see, Libra. 10 of Cups. 4 of Cups. The 4 of Pentacles. Judgment and the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, this looks like a... Oh, sorry about that. This looks like a quest for emotional fulfillment, Libra. But what I'm sensing is there's some hesitation here. And what I just heard is fear of commitment. So you could be, and this message, I didn't say that in the beginning, this message might not resonate for anyone. Sometimes very specific, not for anyone, for everyone. Why can't I speak today? Sometimes very specific messages come through. So if it doesn't resonate for you, Libra, just leave. Leave what doesn't, and take the rest. So the 10 of Cups energy is the ultimate emotional fulfillment. Like the Ten of Pentacles, the tens are the rounding or the ending of cycles. It's about the happy home, the happy family. But also, if you're not resonating with the family concept, it's about emotional fulfillment within yourself, Libra. See that rainbow energy there as well. It's also about working with all of your energy centers and integrating all of your energy centers to a point where you feel emotional peace and a sense of fulfillment is the word that's associated with this card. I love the air energy that's showing up in the card as well. Every deck represents the messages differently, or the illustrations in every deck are different, and I'm always guided to choose a certain deck. So I do see that air energy in this card, Libra, which is your energy. And what I'm sensing is, also freedom of communication, a situation where you feel free to express yourself and comfortable in who you are. This water as well at the bottom of the card is very calm. So it feels like a very peaceful situation. But with that energy comes some difficult energies here, Libra, or challenging energies, not difficult. Right after the Ten of Cups, we got the Four of Cups. And for some of you, this might be a separation, or it might be, a divorce, a splitting of a relationship. What I'm feeling is that, there was this situation of emotional fulfillment, and there might have been something that has come in to cause a rift in that Ten of Cups energy. And there's a sense of missing or regret or not wanting to move on, Libra, with the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is usually a missed opportunity. So what she's doing is looking at these cups that are in front of her, which could be the family situation that you are sitting in at the moment, Libra. It could be, not necessarily a family, but the cups that you were getting from the relationship that you are currently in, which is not really fulfilling you right now. You see how these two cups are full and overflowing, but there's one cup that is empty. And what I just heard is, Libra, that might be your cup that is empty. And Libra, you are all about balance. So if you have been overgiving in this situation, it is going to deplete your energy. What the universe is wanting to bring in for you right now is a new situation, a new energy that allows you to fulfill your cup, to fill up your cup again, and to allow yourself to receive as well. You can be very, self-sacrificial in situations and relationships in order to create balance, especially if there is no reciprocation from the other person or the other party. What you can tend to do is overgive in order to compensate for what's missing. But that's left you feeling drained, is what I'm sensing. It's left you feeling drained, and your energy is wanting something different or needing something different. If you've been feeling physically tired as well, Libra, this could be the reason. You can sustain this giving for a certain period of time, and for a while it can, mask what's really going on in a relationship, and it can feel like emotional fulfillment. But there comes a point where it becomes too much to sustain. And so what you're needing to do now is consider a different option, consider a different way of being, or leave this relationship altogether. I'm sensing a reluctance, though, Libra, in your energy about leaving. And this is the Four of Pentacles card. It is the Miser card. It's a card of scarcity. It's a card that says, I'm holding on to what I currently have because I'm afraid of what is out there. I'm afraid that I won't receive anything better. I'm afraid that I am not worthy enough for anything different. It is definitely a reflection of self-worth, but it's also rooted in a lot of wounding and fear. So scarcity is really where a lot of our wounding lies. You know, the belief that we are not deserving, the belief that no one is going to love us unless we overprove ourselves, unless we overcompensate. The belief that there isn't abundance out there, that we have to hold on to everything that we have and attach ourselves to everything that we have in order to be safe. But it's a false sense of security and safety, especially if your energy emotionally is being drained. There's also not a lot of air energy in this card except for the Judgment card, which tells me that you really haven't been acknowledged in this relationship, is what I'm feeling. You felt like you haven't been seen and that you're invisible, is what I just heard, is the sense that I'm getting. But there's a sense of comfort and security in this Ten of Cups that you're not willing to let go of. But is it really comfort and security, Libra, or is it just what you know? The Judgment card is here. So this is a wake-up call. Whatever, the situation is, this is a wake-up call. Everything is sounding around you. You might be seeing a lot of signs. You might be feeling it physically manifest in your body, like with this Four of Cups card, feeling energetically drained, feeling, low physical vitality, feeling unsafe, maybe, having anxiety around the situation. But the Judgment card is really, it's Archangel Gabriel, and the element is air. And these signs are coming in for you to recognize that there needs to be a shift in the situation. There needs to be some action taken here so that you can regain your sense of self-worth and your sovereignty and your space in this world and what you have to offer. I feel like in this relationship, Libra, you feel suffocated. I don't know why, I just got that. They're showing me a pressure cooker with you inside of it, or a jar, a glass jar with you trapped inside of it. And the scene from Tinkerbell where she's trapped in this glass jar in the human's room, the little girl's room, that's the scene that they're showing me. It's almost as if, and this might be, please take this how it resonates, Libra, this relationship might be codependent in the sense that this person also heavily relies on your overgiving in order for them to feel safe and comfortable. So that energy that's playing out between the two of you is what keeps you both trapped in the situation. It's almost like a trauma bond. And in relationships like that, where the energy exchange is not balanced, either one or both people go into a state of survival, which can be either fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And I'm getting a freeze and fawn energy here with you because of the Four of Cups energy and because of the images that I'm getting of feeling trapped. The freeze energy can make you feel stuck, can make you feel like there are no other options. It's also this miserly energy. You know, you feel frozen in the situation. What are you going to do if you leave? You know, will you be okay financially? Will you be okay emotionally, mentally? I'm getting a strong yes with this Judgment card. You know, there needs to be balance. There needs to be an equal give and take in this situation in order for you to feel like yourself again. And you have a lot of gifts to give to this world, Libra, to allow any kind of relationship to prohibit that is actually, it makes the universe a little bit unsettled. I wanted to say angry, but the universe doesn't have human emotions like anger. What happens is that the scales are tipped in one or other direction. And it's interesting I said scales because that is your symbolism. And the universe then comes in with the karma card because this is karma. It is judgment to balance the scales out again. So I have a feeling, Libra, that whether you like it or not, this choice is going to be made, or you are going to be shown certain things that force you to make a decision about moving away from the situation or repairing it and showing up differently in the situation. And that includes the person that you're dealing with as well, because it has to be showing up on both sides. This is an important energy for you to start stepping into, Libra, the Nine of Pentacles energy. It's represented by a female, but it's applicable to both, however you identify, because we embody masculine and feminine energy. It's about standing in your worth, standing in your peace, and not expecting anyone else to fulfill that need for you. Not even expecting. It's a space where you feel completely comfortable about being in your own energy, completely comfortable about your own self-worth and what you have to give. I'm feeling a difficult energy right now as well, Libra. It's almost as if this person projects shame onto you or projects a sense of not being worthy unless you are submitting to them, unless you are giving them exactly what they want. I feel a sense that they make you feel shame and guilt over that. But it's a projection, Libra, and it's a little bit of, it's mild narcissistic energy. But I feel like there's a lot of gaslighting, there's a lot of projection, there's a lot of misalignment. And that can also force us into fawn energy, because what the fawn energy does is it cuddles up to its predator. And that trapped energy I was sensing, it's almost as if your person wants to, have you in a little corner in a room, and then open that door when they want to, when they need your energy, but it's not reciprocated. I know these are very specific images and messages I'm getting, so please take it as it resonates. But this is what the universe wants for you, Libra, is to free yourself. I don't think this person wants this for you. I'm sorry to say. I don't think they want you to step into your power, because that version of yourself is not going to serve them anymore. And that's exactly what happens when we step into higher vibrational frequency, when we step into our own sovereignty, when we start listening to what our higher self and what our soul desires and follow that path, we tend to lose a lot of people that were benefiting from the versions of ourselves that were overgiving, that believed the stories, the narratives about our self-worth, and that we needed to perform and overgive in order to receive love. And this could be a very deep wounding with you, for some of you as well, Libra, that you need to fit into a mold or to submit in order to receive love. And that is the biggest lie. You are worthy just because you are, and you deserve love just because you are, Libra. There is nothing that you have to do, especially at the sacrifice of your own energetic being and your own sanity, to receive love. That is not love, that is control. And I do strongly feel that there's a sense of control here that this person feels they have over you. This could also be your energy, Libra, for the cross watchers. So take it as it resonates. And if it is, it's time to reflect on whether you are, the controlling energy in the relationship, and whether you are allowing your partner to be, truly who they are and accepting them for who they are. So flip the script, Libra, as it fits. So the last card that came out over here is the Knight of Wands energy. The Knight of Wands energy is a card of Sagittarius. So you might be dealing with a Sagittarius. You don't have to be. We've got Sagittarius here. We've got Scorpio with the Judgment card. We've got Pisces with the Four of Cups, the Ten of Cups. The Miser card is a card of Virgo, actually, and we are in Virgo season. And the Nine of Pentacles, Earth card, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. It's more Taurus energy. So those are all of the signs you could be dealing with. The Knight of Wands energy is very indecisive. So this could be reflecting the indecision you're sitting with now. It's a very non-committal energy. They in and then they out. They act very impulsively as well. This could also be your person. And this could also be an energy that's in the space that is making you feel unsafe, because it is very unpredictable. And Libra, you don't like unpredictable because it tips the scales, it creates imbalance. And that doesn't make you feel very safe. It's also known as the player card because of that unpredictability. You never know what this person's going to say next, what they're going to do next. I'm getting for some of you that this is reflecting what your childhood was like. If you've moved, homes a lot, or, if you had a parent or both parents that were unpredictable in their emotions or energy, and you found yourself in a state of hypersensitivity. And that's how empaths actually develop, is your nervous system and your energy centers start calibrating themselves to be able to tune in to energy around you, to be able to sense when there's going to be a disruption in peace, when there's going to be an unpredictable energy coming forth. It is actually a trauma response. It's a way of surviving. And this is the energy you've been dealing with. And Libra, all of us, you deserve safety. You deserve certainty. You deserve someone that can commit. because I am feeling this non-committal energy, and maybe it's commitment in terms of, and that's what I was getting at the beginning, but I'm feeling it's more from your person. They might be physically committed, but you need commitment on all levels for a relationship to work. It has to be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. If there's no emotional intimacy and consistency, that ring on your finger or that commitment doesn't actually mean anything. It's just a label. It's just a template of the matrix. It stands for nothing, and when that foundation is not stable, it's going to come crumbling down anyway, whether you make the decision or not. And I just don't want you to go down with this energy, Libra. So you're being asked to really take stock of whether this is love and whether this is something that is fulfilling you, or whether it's killing your soul and suppressing who you are. I just want to clarify this Knight of Wands energy because it is quite different from the rest of the cards here. At the bottom of the deck, Libra, they just showed me it's time for a change. The universe, major arcana, card of Sagittarius, so you could very well be dealing with a Sagittarius, but it's also a 10, which is the end of a cycle. It's the end of a cycle. You have the opportunity now, Libra, to choose differently. And this wheel is about balance. I've never seen this before, but the triangles, facing in opposite directions at the different four corners of the card is creating balance. The universe is here to create balance, to bring balance into the situation. I do feel that this was a karmic lesson, and it's time now for you to shine and for you to integrate this lesson so you can move forward into your own energy. Okay, so clarifying the Knight of Wands. I just want to see what's going on here. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Spirit, please and thank you. Why is the Knight of Wands energy here? Whoa. Exactly. This back and forth indecision is the Two of Pentacles. I think this is you and your person. So the Knight of Wands energy, being non-committal, balancing too many things, and also your energy about where you need to go to make this decision. It's interesting that the Empress came out in reverse as well, because the Empress is actually the major arcana of the Knight of Pentacles, which is why I said it is Taurus energy. The Empress is Taurus energy, so you could be dealing with a Taurus as well. But I feel that this is your energy, Libra, is stepping into your divine wholeness and recognizing again who it is that you are, because I do feel like you lost a lot of yourself in this situation and in this relationship. I know because I can talk from experience, and it's nobody's fault. It's just that there are versions of ourselves that believe our worth is tied to, a particular way of being or a certain relationship, and what we end up doing is playing small and shrinking to fit the scenario until, you wake up one day and realize, what happened to that person that I used to know? What happened to my hopes and my dreams? What happened to, what I want to bring in for my life? When did this become about the other person? And it happens so slowly and almost insidiously that you don't even realize it's happening. But it's never too late, Libra, to make a change in the situation and to claim back who it is that you truly are and what it is that you want. So I'm just going to get messages for this relationship to see what is going on. This is the White Rose Guidance Divine Love messages. If this resonated, please leave a comment or a like, or reach out for a personal reading, if you need more support. This isn't I keep saying things in the opposite in this reading. Why is that? It's almost like it's like reframing, Libra. I feel like that's what's happening, is you keep reframing the narrative of this connection to justify why you are still in it. Justice, that is also the energy of Libra, is you keep trying to see both sides of the story, and you end up then erring on the side of your person rather than trying to see, that this situation is actually unfair towards you. So your sense of fairness is heavily leaning towards your person instead of yourself. And what is coming in now for you is to consider yourself more and your fairness, the sense of fairness towards yourself, Libra. And I'm feeling guilt about that. That is an old narrative, that is a wound, that is not truth. And maybe you need to sit and ask yourself, what is it that makes me feel guilty about not wanting to serve this person? Because I feel like it's the service energy, which is a good energy, but it has to be balanced. I know you are my other half. This is the difficult energy, Libra, and maybe this person is your other half. But here's the thing, you are also your other half. You are whole on your own. No one else can complete that for you. And if half of you is missing because you're sacrificing it to this person, then you're not really whole. And no one is going to complete that for you. But this is the belief that we're trying to break here. The other card that came out is I believe you. The sense that I'm getting is, the stories this person, as I was picking up earlier, the stories this person has been feeding you are not true. It's a sense of control, wanting to control, and because they know that they can control you, they continue to do it, and it's this vicious cycle. And that version of yourself, Libra, that wants to be loved and that wants to believe so deeply in this connection, actually believes them. No. I'm sorry. Wow, the Justice card is peeping out at me. It was just peeping out at me from underneath the 10 of Cups. This is the deck on my table, and underneath the 10 of Cups, which came out for you in the beginning, this illusion of a happy family and a happy home, it needs to be balanced. You can't be holding all of the energy together. It will collapse eventually. One more message, Libra, to close out this reading. I am entwined. I am entwined in the thought of finding you one day. I really feel like this is from you to you. And you might have been caught up in your thoughts because you are an air sign. You tend to overthink as well. And I think deep down, your higher self knows that you are not living your full life and your best life in this situation. And this is the calling, Libra. This is the calling, to go out and find that person that you were before the control, before the suppression. And this is not about blaming anyone else. Everyone that comes in to our lives comes in to show us our wounding so that we can heal that. And if they are not willing to heal that with us, that's where the misalignment comes in, or to heal themselves as we heal and progress and hold space for that healing. The misalignment means that that person then needs to be removed from your space. But this is about free will, Libra. I can give you these messages, but this is about your free will. And I know this isn't an easy journey, and I'm holding so much love for you and space for you in the situation, and wishing you the best of luck in whatever decision that you make. Until next time.